We are back from Chicago. All Out weekend was a success, but today we have some incredibly big news for AEW, so we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to Destination Pro Wrestling, guys. My name is Aew, and of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Tango with Aew, and we're back. And we got a new hat, Destination Pro Wrestling. Guys, make sure you click that subscribe button and ring the bell. If you guys want one of these, let me know. I'm deciding whether or not we're going to make dad hats. Probably if we do sell them, they're going to be for cheap. But nonetheless, let's talk about AEW. What is going on with AEW? Well, unfortunately, AEW has officially confirmed that they've released a top star. And this top star was somebody who had extremely high possibilities. Like, the possibilities were absolutely endless. We are talking about Kylie Rae. Now, I want to make this video for several reasons, because I think a lot of people are talking on Twitter like they really know what's going on, and quite frankly, this is one of those big question marks that we don't know anything. In fact, AEW is not the only person to release somebody. There's somebody else in WWE who is kind of going through something similar, so we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes, because now we know there's a WWE superstar who's no longer part of WWE. Let's talk about Kylie Rae. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments from people that tell me, no, she's not a top star. Now, if you don't remember the beginning of AEW, she was one of the first few women talents to be announced as part of the company. Tony Khan and AEW had some major plans for Kylie Rae as part of the women's division, and of course they had advertised her months ago for a match against somebody. I can't remember if it was Brandy Rhodes or Allie or whoever it was, but she was advertised for a match at some point, and that of course did not go through. And then Kylie Rae did not return to TV, and when I say TV, I mean like YouTube stuff. She didn't return to any social media. And Kylie Rae also did not return to programming with AEW in general. So between all the pay-per-views, we've only seen her once. Things were getting pretty chaotic. We heard that she canceled bookings with independent organizations. And this is where things get tricky. She wasn't at AEW All Out. Now I'm going to actually have a full review of AEW All Out with my boy Nukes, and we're going to talk about that. That will be on Spotify and all the podcast platforms. But Kylie Rae was nowhere to be seen. Not for the 21 Women Battle Royale. Not for any of the singles matches. So what is going on with Kylie Rae? Well, it is being said that Kylie Rae has officially been released by AEW. Tony Khan did confirm this, that she's no longer with the company. And this is due to personal problems or personal issues. Now, we don't know what these personal issues are. Some people are saying that, on Reddit, people are saying that Kylie Rae is going through spinal stenosis, which having spine problems is very crazy stuff. It messes with a lot of people, especially in pro wrestling. We've seen a lot of careers end because of spinal stenosis. So people on Reddit are saying this is the case. Some people are saying it's a step bigger than that, in which Kylie Rae has just not wanted to come back to pro wrestling. She's having a lot of mental anxiety about it. There's also talks of Kylie Rae even having some issues with AEW. Now, me personally, we don't know what the hell is going on here, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I do know, because as somebody who likes to analyze pro wrestling, I'm not here, I look at the facts and I come to you guys and tell you guys my opinion on the facts, but this one is just really shaky. I really have a hard time believing that AEW would be doing something shady here, because ultimately they've been very clear about pushing Kylie Rae as one of the top stars for the company. Obviously that was their big babyface female on the women's roster. So they've been very, very transparent with that. But I can't see anything shady being done here, simply because AEW granted the release. So this was a release that was requested specifically by Kylie Rae. They would not confirm, AEW would not confirm when this release was requested or when it was made official, but we did find out after All Out, Tony Khan did in fact, he basically came out and said, no, she's not with us and it's for personal reasons and that's it. Now, of course, this has kind of struck a big conversation on social media because some people are saying, this is the first person to be released by AEW. If there is something shady going on, what could it be? Because, of course, people online, they're sparking the conversation by saying she wasn't happy about pay or whatever it may be. I don't think that's the case. I'm reading tweets, I'm reading posts online. I don't think that's the case. If there was an issue between AEW and Kylie Rae specifically, I'm pretty positive AEW would, they would have handled this differently. For them to come out and say, look, everything's amicable, we're splitting, it's no big issue, it's best for both of us, this type of thing. AEW doesn't have to release their stars, but they're doing what's right by the star who is requesting their release. And that should be a really good thing. If you guys are a WWE fan, right now we are in an era where you're pretty much going to do a lot of bad for the company and you're probably not going to get fired. Simply because WWE just doesn't want to lose that talent to go to Ring of Honor, Impact, or AEW or New Japan. So because of this, AEW kind of, they're going to win some fans over with this decision. Whatever is going on with Kylie Rae, them, helping her out, letting her do her thing, not keeping her locked to a contract, it's going to get a thumbs up reaction. Now, with that being said, I want to turn the tables to WWE because I did mention this earlier. There's another superstar in WWE who is kind of going through something similar. Now, this injury is not spinal stenosis. From what I'm hearing, this is just simply some back problems. And this is not a big superstar in terms of where they're featured on the card because we haven't seen too much of this person. But there's a reason why I'm connecting the dots here. Kacy Catanzaro. I never know how to pronounce that last name right. But nonetheless, you guys remember her from America's Ninja Warrior, right? ANW. So she was a big part of that show, comes to WWE as part of the developmental process, gets put into the Women's Royal Rumble, she's part of a lot of WWE content at this point. Maybe she's not at TakeOver and doing all this crazy stuff, but she's had some big moments in such a very small time. And now we found out that she has officially quit WWE due to issues with her back, which right now, as I said earlier, WWE is not technically releasing people. So she is, I think, technically under a contract with WWE. However, she's not going to be leaving WWE for AEW or leaving WWE for Impact to go elsewhere. But it is interesting because she is the girlfriend of Ricochet. And sometimes people get nervous that this is one of those situations where maybe Ricochet would get punished or whatever the case may be. With injuries, it's really hard to say what's going to happen. Kacy is somebody who doesn't have wrestling experience but quickly picked it up, was very impressive every time she showed up on the television screen. And for that reason, whether there's more drama there that comes after, we don't really know. But WWE right now, they're not letting their talent go, which this is kind of the opposite of what AEW has done with Kylie Rae. Once again, we're just kind of looking at the facts that we know that's out there. And hopefully we get some good news. A lot of fans are obviously concerned for both. Both stars have shown a lot of promise. Kylie Rae obviously was a big part of AEW's initial launch from the way that media was being done. Whether or not you want to say she's a top star, that's up to you. I know a lot of you guys might try to bend it a little bit, but we're going to keep it real. Kylie Rae was destined to be the top star for AEW because that's what AEW wanted. That was very clear. They were very transparent about that. And now they lost their top babyface female star. A lot of people are also speculating that she could go to NXT. I don't want to talk on that. If that does happen, we'll talk about it soon. But right now, it looks like she's just simply done with pro wrestling. She's done with AEW. And the same goes for Kacy Catanzaro. So, realistically, it's very interesting stuff that's happening in pro wrestling, guys, but I do advise you guys to stay tuned here to Destination Pro Wrestling because we're back post AEW All Out. A lot of things are changing on the channel, more consistency, better than ever. This is not a spoiler or a prediction or whatever. It's simply just a promise, okay? We are really going to kick things off. Some people are going to ask about the AEW content. Had a lot of issues with service out in Chicago. So that is the reason for why I couldn't get the videos uploaded. But here I am. We're back. And hey, don't forget about the new hat. So guys, I will see you next time. Destination Pro Wrestling, youtube.com/DestinationPW. And we are going to be working on the website, getting that fixed because we're not too happy with the way that's been going. But we're going to hook that up. So, guys, that means there's an opportunity for you. Last note on this video. If you guys want to work for Destination Pro Wrestling, you guys want to write pro wrestling articles, news, opinion pieces, things like that, let me know. I'm going to have some information in the description because I do want to get the website truly running daily. I just don't have enough time, so I'm willing to bring some people on board. If you guys want to join the team, let me know. I'll see you guys next time. This is Aew at Tango with Aew on Twitter. I'll see you guys. Peace.